So these are going to be the answers for the math that you have done. So yeah, you can check it by yourself if you have completed the task. And if you have not, it's better you try.
Sir, can you do the 11th and 14th question with the steps?
Yes, sure. 11th and the 14th.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, hold on. Eleventh question, which is this. Let me take it over here. Right now, it's going to happen like this. So it is, yeah, the equation is this. So 5 divided by 2 plus 1 into the power 3 and into 4. So like when it comes to something like this, first of all, the top priority is given to this, right? 1 to the power 3, because power is the one which is at the top. First bracket, then the power, then the multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction. So this equation will become something like this when we solve 1 to the power 3, because 1 to the power 3, like 1 to the power any, it's always going to give you 1. Now you got the division and the multiplication. So when you have division and multiplication together, since they are in the same level, you are going to calculate the one that you are finding from your left first, right? So you walk from your left, whatever that you are going to find, you are going to perform that first. So from the multiplication and division, we find this division first. So we are going to do that division first. So 2.5 plus 1 into 5 will be there. All right. Hold on. I think I got a mistake when I'm copying the things. It should be 4 over here. Should be 4 over here as well. So now 2.5, it's going to be 2.5 plus 4, which gives you 6.5. Is that clear, Dua?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's the 11th. The other one is the 14th, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Right. So here comes the 14th. So it's going to be something like this. Right. So since we got the brackets over here, did I got it correctly? 9 plus 1, 2 minus 2 plus 4. Yes. Since we got brackets, so we first involved with the brackets. So that means this bracket is going to solve me as 6. Now I have the multiplication and the division. So I'm going to give the priority for the multiplication, which gives me the 18. So it's going to be 18 divided by 9 plus 1. And then 18 divided by 9 is going to give you 2 plus 1, which is going to give you 3. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, any other questions? or any other requests regarding the any particular number?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, girl.
So can you please explain the 13th equation, please?
13th. Yes, right. Okay. 13 comes like this. So 13th, we got our equation in this manner. So we have division, multiplication to the power and subtraction. So first we are going with the power. 2 to the power 1 is there. So that gives us 2 to the power 1 is 2. So it comes to a point like this. So since we got division and multiplication, we are going to deal with division first because it is the one that we are finding from our left first. So 6 divided by 3, that gives you a 2. So it is 2 into 2 minus 3. Comes like 4 minus 3. And 1 is going to be the answer. I'm sorry for this date thing. It automatically customized. So let me make it as a text. So it's 4 minus 3, which is going to be the 1. Is that clear?
Thank you.
Right, okay, great. Yes, anything else, people? All right, so the answers for the 15 questions lies over here.
Sir, wait, could I take a screenshot?
Yeah, sure, Rizal.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, so if you still got no time to complete this, please go through, it is important. So let me know if anything find it hard. So I will help you to figure that out, right? So with that, I'm going to move to today's topics. So we are going to talk about the formulas with the reference of the cells, or like we are like trying to create formulas involving the cell addresses, right? So it's something like this. Let's assume I go to my formulas tab. Yeah. So now let's think about a scenario, something like this. Now in this cell, you got 10 as a value, and in this cell, you got 30 as a value. So it is clear we are the value 10 is in the cell D16 and value 30 is in cell E16. So I'll take this as number 1 and I'll take this as number 2, and I'm going to take the total over here in this cell, which is F16. So the way that we know so far, we can write a small equation like equals 10 plus 30, which gives you the 40, the obvious answer, right? But instead of writing the value, I'm going to write the cell address, which contains the 10. So the cell address is going to be D16, this one. Right, so you could see that D16 was automatically appeared over here since I have started this with the equal sign. right? And instead of 30, I'm going to write F16. I'm sorry, E16. So now the cells have been already highlighted, and it clearly says add D16 with E16. And once I press enter, there you go. The same answer is here, like we did just before we have the answer for here. So like this 10 and 30 is total value is constructed over here. But if you get to see the formula bar, you can see the formula is written as equal D16 plus E16 for the F16 column. Got that? Is that clear, people?
Yes, sir.
Right. And now the beauty of this is, if I change any of these references or any of these values in the cell, this is going to calculate me the total always. Right now, if I make this as 20, this automatically changes. If I made this 60, the total gets 80. Right? So that is the beauty of it. That is the advantage of it. So once you write a particular cell or a particular formula with the cell references, you only need to change the values that can be that can give you a result with respect to the particular sales lines, right? So like if you want to have this in many other cells, let's say you need several different set of two numbers, like I need to have 50 plus 95, I need 346 plus 248. Likewise, so if I need to take the output, what you are going to do over here? If this is written as D16 plus E16, what should be the formula over here, people?
D17 plus C17.
Yes, very good. D17. We have to start with the equal sign. D17 plus E17. Right? How about this?
Equal D18 plus C18.
Yes, equals D18 plus E18. Right, so which gives you the addition of these two values respectively. And without writing the formulas in each and every cell, you can simply copy a formula by saying, like, have these two numbers at the left-hand side of you and have the total over here. We are not going to write the cell references and all these things. We are just copy and paste it. It is simple as that. So here we got the first equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the fill handle. Right. So when you move your mouse pointer to the edge of the fill handle, so it will give you a small plus. Right. And once you drag it down, look at that. This has already converted into D17, and this has already converted into D18. And what I have copied, that is the very first content, or like the content of the very first addition, and then I paste it over these two places. Right, so it automatically copies the particular formula. So like when we are like opening it, you can see it is there always. Are we clear about this, people?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what you call relative reference, right? Why it is called relative reference? It is because it changed relatively. Right now, I will use this show formula command under the formula tab, and under the formula and auditing group. So it shows us. Right, so since we know about this, we'll get to write these things in simple terms, right? Hold on. Yeah, come up with the heading formulas with cell addresses and operators.
So it's the new heading.
Yeah, it's going to be the new heading. And this part as well. Let me know when you're done, people, and be hurry. Yes, people, are we done?
Done, sir.
Right, moving forward. And yeah, we have to write a small example. Yes, we'll write the example something like this. So you can put example and write this. Put the word example and show it like this. You don't need to write D2 equal thing, right? Only the highlighted part, people. Only this.
Sir, what should we write again?
It's the example, reason. As an example, you can write this, the one I have highlighted.
D2 equals the
Equal, not D2 part, or starting from equals A2 into B2. Okay. Right. All right. Then let me see, do we have, yeah, before we come to this point, I want you to take your attention to this as well. All right, now here's a small table and I need to take the total marks of Savin. So what should be the formula that I can write? Yes, people, you can type the formula or you can tell the formula. Yes, what should be?
Equals C5 plus F5 plus G5.
Yes, equals E5 plus G5 plus
F5.
F5, yes. Let me write it as order. Likewise. So you can have the total marks. And how to calculate the average? What are you going to do? How we are going to write that? Yes, any suggestions? How we are going to calculate an average? So if I want to if you want to calculate the average of Savin's marks, you have to take the total of these and divide it by 3, since there are 3 subjects, right? Yes, Utkarsh, that's right. And so how we are, like, what should be the formula that we can write over here? Equals, yes, try it out, people. Equals, you can send the answer in the chat as well. Yes, what it should be? equals, where we can find the total. Okay, I'm receiving an answer. Yes, Dhirendra. That should be the answer. But you can't use the the division symbol that you used to use in the mathematics. Instead of that, we have to use that backslash, right? Yes, Utkarsha, yes, and Sanushi, yes. So what you can write is, you can write equals H5, which contains 200, divided by 3, which gives you the average. And another way is like we can write equals what? E5 plus F5 plus G5 divided by 3. But you will see the answer is getting different if we write it like this. What's the problem in here? We can have the same answer over here with a small modification. So what's the mistake I have done? Yes, any suggestions?
So you haven't put
Yes, come again.
brackets.
Yes, the brackets. Sanushi, it's not the order doer. It doesn't matter what the order is. The problem lies with this. Now, if we consider this formula, it says divide only G5 by 3. Then with that, add the contain the thing with the F5 and E5. So what will happen is like 70 will be divided by 3, and it will add up to the 40 and 90, which is going to be an incorrect answer. So first I have to take the sum or the total of all 3 subjects. So it indicates like this. Then I have to divide it by 3, which gives us the same answer. And this says 66.7. And how can I make this as 66.7? I can do the format changing from over here, right? There is a facility called increase decimal and decrease decimal. So I'm going to use decrease decimal up to 1 decimal point. So it will give me the same answer as this. Are we clear about this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So how we are going to have the total marks for the Nehara with minimum effort? What can we do? We can select the H5 cell. We can select its the fill handle, and you can simply copy it over here. And if you drag it further, it's going to give you the addition of these 2, right? So if for the average, we can do the same. Simple as that. That is why I told you in the beginning, working with Excel for the calculation is much easier, right? And I want you to concentrate on one another thing as well. Right now, I'm enabling the show formula facility over here. So it shows us the formulas. Now I want you to examine the changes that has happened from here to here. This is the original formula we wrote. Then we use the fill handle and we copy that to the next 2 cells. So what has happened here? When I copy this, to here, what is the component that changed in cell addresses? Is it the row header or the column header that changed? Yes, people? Is it the column header or the row header that changed when I'm doing the copying? Yes, what do you mean by row headers and column headers? These are the column headers. These are the row headers. So when I'm copying this formula over here, what has changed? Yes, Sanushi, very good. It's the row headers that has changed. E5 has become E6 over here. F5 has become F6 over here. G5 has become G6 over here, right? That is why I told you this type of copying process indicate as relative reference. So in relative reference, what is happening is it changes the cell addresses according to the place that we are going to copy. Let me show you something interesting, right? Now, I'm taking a small formula over here saying equals, yeah, I'll take a random one, F10 plus K19, right? So that's the formula over here. So with the knowledge that we had earlier, if I copy this formula to this particular cell, it is in D17, I'm copying it to the D18. What could be the formula that it's going to copy? I'm copying this to here. What could be? Yes, Utkarsha. Yes, yes, your second answer is correct. That's right, Sanushi, that's right. So if we are going to copy this to the one below, it's going to give you F11 plus K20. So like we learned, the column header did not change, but the row header has changed. By how many it has changed? By 1. Here it is 10, here it is 11. If I copy this formula 2 cells downwards, it's going to give me F12 plus K21. So now you can understand what is going on when we are copy a formula downwards in a column. So when we are copy a formula downwards in a single column, the row header does not change, but the column header does not change, but the row header is increasing. How it is increasing? It increases 1 by 1. Right? So if it moves 1 cell, it increases by 1. If it moves 2 cells, it increases by 2. Right? So likewise, it's going to change. Right, people, are we clear about what happens when we are copying downwards in a column? Okay. And the exact opposite is going to happen when you are copying upward in a column, in the same column, right? So like, since this is F10 plus K19, if I copy it upwards, column headers are not going to change. That means letters are not going to change. F will be F, K will be K. Number will decrease by 1. 10 will become 9. So F10 will become F9. K19 will become K18. Right? If I copy 2 cells up, it's F8 plus K17. Right? So you have to understand what's happened when we are copying downwards in a column as well as upwards in a column. So what happened is no changes are going to happen to the column header. Instead of that, row headers will be increased if we copy downwards in a single column. The row headers will be decreased if we copy upwards in a single column. Are we clear about this, people?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now I'm going to show you what happens when we are copying a formula to your left and to your right in a same row. Right? I think you will be getting the idea now what's going to happen. Let's see. Is it the same thing that's going to happen? Now I'm going to copy this formula, which is F10 plus K19 equals F10 plus K19 onto your right. So here you will see, since we are changing the columns, the column headers will increase. But since we are in the same row, no harm or no change has happened to the row headers. Look at this. F10 K19 becomes G10 L19. So what has happened here? F has become G, the next letter after the F. K has become L, the next letter after the K. Right? So that means when you are copying to your right in a same row, column headers are supposed to increase. And the exact opposite is going to happen when you are copying to your left. It will decrease by 1. So that means before F, there is E. Before K, there is J. Right? So when we are copying to your left, it's going to be E10 plus J19.
Daddy, L looks like number 1.
Yes. So when we are copying it to the right, column header increases. When we are copying it to your left, column header decreases. People, are we clear about this concept?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let me sum up the things. We have a formula. When we copy it downwards in a column, it increases the row header. When we copy upwards, it decreases the row header one by one. And if we think about copying to your left and to the right on the same row, when we copy right side, it increases the column header, that means the letter one by one. When we copy it to your left, it decreases the letter one by one. That means it's a letter which is going to decrease. All right. Now, having that idea, now tell me, if I copy this formula, the one I'm going to highlight, the one I'm going to highlight with pink over here. If I copy this somewhere over here, what could be the answer, or what could be the formula that I'm going to see? Yes, people, think about it, think about it. I'm going to copy it to the here, A14, the cell A14. My current formula is here in D17. What could happen? Think and pass me an answer. Rison, I'm going to copy my the formula which I have highlighted in the pink color onto the cell A14. I'll put a color over there as well. This yellow color cell. What could be the formula that's going to represent there when I'm copying it? Okay, Rison. Yeah, Rison, why? No. There you have taken it incorrectly, Rison. Sanushi, let me see. Yes, Sanushi, your answer is correct. Very good. Yes, people, now what's actually going to happen? Now, from F10, how far it's going to move along the row? It goes to your left-hand side. That means your column header is going to decrease since it is going to the left-hand side. How it's going to happen? Let's first concentrate on the F10. So F10 will be E10, D10, and C10 when it comes over here. And now it is trying to climb 3 cells up. So C10 will be C9, C8, C7 when it comes over here. So it's going to be equals C7. F10 will become C7 when it comes over here. Is that clear, people? What's happened to the F10 in this formula? It becomes C7 when it comes here. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's think about what happens to the K19. So K19 is going to become what? J19 I19, H19 when it comes over here. So it has H19, this cell, and now it is climbing 3 cells up. So H19 over here will become H18, H17, H16. So it will represent plus H16. Right? So let me take a copy from this and I'll clear this out. I'll take a copy from here and I'm pasting the formula. See, it doesn't matter, Suzu. Let it be. Let it be. So it's supposed to get down. Don't worry, don't worry. Yeah. Right, everyone, they are going to. Not already, they will be here soon, right? Yeah. Yes, people, is that clear? You have to understand about this concept. Okay. So if you are not clear with this, just let me know, right? So we are doing some more activities regarding this. So you will get the idea. If you do not, just let me know, right? Okay, so we have taken it over here. So now I want you to think, I'm copying this. Is this purple or pink? The orange or pink, like I'll take it as pink, right? Let me make it pink. So no, not the font color, the cell color. Okay, now I'm going to copy this pink cell content to here, over here. I'll mark it as green. This to here. So think carefully and tell me what's going to happen to my equation when I'm copying this over here. What could happen? Okay, I have received an answer. Okay, Kit me, let me see. All right. Yes, very good, Kit me, you're right. Sanushi, yes, that is the answer. So what's happening here? Let's see. F10, what's happened to the F10? F10, it will become G10, H10 when it comes here. And that H10 moves 4 cells upward. So H10, H9, H8, H7, H6. So it will become H6. F10 will become H6. Plus, what's going to happen to the K19? K19 will become L19, M19 over here, and moves upward for 4 cells. So M19, M18, M17, M16, and M15. Yes. So plus M16. Simple as that. I'm sorry, 15, not 16, 15. Right, let me take out this content. Let me copy this and we'll see whether it is going to be a correct one. Yes, it is the correct one. So H6 plus M15. Okay, that's good. So let's give a try to this. I'm copying the pink cell over where? Over here. Over here. What it's going to be? I'll mark it as blue. All right, answers are coming quite frequent manner. Yes, yes, that's correct. Karsha, Kitmi, yes, both are correct. So what it's going to be? F10. Yes, Mihini, that's correct as well. So F10, F10, G10, H10, and I10 over here. And since it is moving downwards, I10 is going to become I11, I12, I13. Right? So this is going to be equals I13. Right? Then what's going to happen to the K19? So K19, L19, M19, and N19. Sanushi, that's correct. And N19 moving downwards, N20, N21, N22. So I13 plus N22. Right? I'll clean this, I'll copy this, and I'm going to paste it over here. There you go. Your answer is correct. Very good. Right? Okay. One last thing. I'm going to copy it over here. Let me make it purple. What it's going to be? Yes, copy in pink cell to the purple. Okay, here we go. Utkarsha. Yes, that's correct. Kitmi, that's correct. Very good. So what could happen? Mihini, yes, that's correct. Well done. So F10, will become E10. Sanushi, that is correct. Very good. And this become D10. And it's moving downwards. So D10, D11, D12, D13, and D14 over here. So equals D14. For the K19, J19, I19, right? So I19 will increase by 4. So I19, I20, I21, I22, and I23. So it's become plus I23. Right? It's not 1, 2, 3 people. It's I23, right? So let me clear this and copy the pink cell and paste it over here. There you go. So it has become the answer you have given to me. Yes, so this is the way that we are, that the Excel is copying relatively, right? So what do you mean by relatively? It changed its formation or its, the content, the formula, according to the place that it's going to copy down. All right, so let's write this down, people. So, yeah, hold on. There is a place that I'll come to the functions later, people, right? So there is something called relative cell reference. Yes, yes, yes. Let's have this heading, relative and absolute cell references. Relative and absolute cell references. Right, so then we'll straight away go to the relative cell reference. We know about these things, people. Yes. So have the subheading, relative cell reference, and you can copy this down. Yes, are we done, people? Anyone who is still writing? Okay. So under this, you have to draw. I'll show you the picture. Yes, this particular picture for you to understand how a formula is being copied relatively. So it's the blue color cell that I have the original formula. So these arrowed cells are the places that I'm going to copy. So it changes accordingly. So you may draw it like this so you can understand. This is the way it's going to copy relatively.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Rizwan.
Write this.
Yeah, you should write this, Rizwan. Yes. Actually draw it with the correct number of cells, have that cell appearance.
Okay, sir. I had a
And,
connection problem that side.
all right, no worries, no worries. All right, one is done. How about others? Anyone who is still doing this? Okay, so I'm moving forward. Yeah, then we are going to write about absolute cell reference. All right, let me see. What is the thing that you need to copy? Hold on. Yes, yes. You may write the first subheading as absolute cell reference. Write it as absolute cell reference. Then you can have the subheading called row absolute cell reference. So first write absolute cell reference. Then write row absolute cell reference as a subheading under it. The entire thing. Right, and you better copy this thing. I haven't discussed the absolute self-reference yet, but since there is only 3 minutes, we'll complete the note that I'm going to discuss, right? So write what I have highlighted over here. Then as the example, you can write this formula, right? And you still don't know what's the meaning of the dollar sign. I'll come up with that. Right, so just since we got a small time, just complete the note, right? So we can discuss. So if you are done, we can end the session just for today. So by next week, I'm going to tell you, we are going to discuss what is absolute cell reference, and then I'm going to show you how we are going to absolute a row, as well as how we are going to absolute a column when it comes to the cell addresses, right? So then we'll write about row absolute cell reference. We have already written about it. So we have a diagram. Then we can draw it and we can go for the column absolute cell references. Right. So for today, I'm going to end the session from here, people. So thank you very much. I'll see you on next week for the very same time. So we'll talk about the absolute cell reference from that week onwards, right? Okay, people. Right. Okay. Thank you very much, people. Have a very nice weekend. Not the weekend, people. Have a very nice day. Right. And good night.
තෙරුවන් සරණයි.
Right.
Thank
Saron. Thank you. Thiruvan
Thank
Saranai.
you,
Right.
sir.
Right.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. People. Thank you. Okay, Utkarsha. Thank you.